Rigo, I have a very unimportant question, but I'm dying to know. How did Ric Flair get your t-shirt? I want to know what's going on with this hot rod marketing campaign. Where are these popping up from everywhere?
Yeah. So, I mean, I just started a little merchandise line. We launched it on Friday. And so part of the, trying to promote it and get people interested in it, reached out to a few people that I know, and we're just trying to have them, help in any way they can. They like the merchandise, and we sent them some, and asked them to just put it out on their social media to try and help promote it. So, Ric Flair was somebody that I knew from my time at Georgia. I went to his 70th birthday party, and so we kind of keep in touch here and there ever since then. And so he was someone that I thought, he's got a pretty large following. Was like, hey, would you mind doing me a favor, helping me out promote my merchandise? And he was all for it. So that's kind of how that unfolded there. So yeah, if hopefully can get some teammates interested, and they can start to push it out on their channels as well. But yeah, I just started the merchandise line. So, if any of you guys want to help promote it for me, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Joel Erickson.
Rodrigo, how do you feel like your rookie season is going? Are you surprised that it's been so smooth?
I wouldn't say that it's been smooth. We've definitely had some, some growing pains and some rookie moments so far this season. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be in my job one day at a time. I've after every single game, I go and talk to the other team's kickers, because we've played against some of the best kickers in the league so far already. Thinking about Justin Tucker and Gostowski recently, Matt Prater, Dan Bailey, there's been a lot of, really exceptional kickers that we've played against so far this season, and I'm just trying to pick their brains and, get whatever information I can from them to help me to have the best season I can possibly have. And, potentially have a long career like they've had. It hasn't been perfect by any means, but, I couldn't ask for it any differently. And I'm just hoping that I can just continue to improve. How Coach Reich is always saying, be the best at getting better. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be at getting better this rookie season.
Mike Wells.
Rodrigo, when you miss a field goal or extra point, how do you handle it? I mean, obviously in college, you didn't miss any extra points. You were perfect. So when you're dealing with it now, knowing that every kick counts, how do you respond to that situation? Are you one of those guys that gets mad? Do you need a couple minutes to yourself? What is your situation in handling that?
I mean, my process has always been, you treat every single kick the exact same way, regardless of whether it's a make or a miss, whether it's a field goal or an extra point. Now, with extra points being from 33 yards, it basically is just like any other field goal. You don't really, you're not really afforded the opportunity to treat it any differently or kind of take a play off, so to speak, with the extra points being further back now. So, you have to treat every kick the exact same way before the kick, during the kick, and after the kick. So I kind of go through my little mental checklist, my mental process after the kick when I come to the sideline, and that happens regardless of whether it was a make or a miss. Sometimes you make a kick, but it wasn't necessarily your best ball, and so there's still that process that you need to go through so that you can try and hit a better ball next time. I think about the ball that I hit right before halftime, and I kind of chunked the ground going into it, and so that kind of cut short my follow through and my full swing. And so that's why I wasn't really able to hit the best ball. It still made it and got the job done. But, that was a made kick where I still felt like, there was something that I could do to improve going forward next time. And so, that process is the exact same, regardless of whether it's a make or a miss. I feel like that's something that has helped me to be able to have some consistency, is just, making every step of your process as repeatable as you can possibly make it.
Zach Kiefer.
Hey, Rod, you mentioned some rookie mistakes. I'm curious, what were they and what'd you learn from those?
Just not really, being aware of the situation. I think about the field goal that I tried against the Jets before halftime. And, we had called a timeout, and I thought that I had heard an official say that it was going to be a full timeout, but doesn't really make sense when we're about to go into halftime and have a long TV break. Anyways, it ended up being just a 30-second timeout. But because I thought it was a full timeout, I thought I had more time to hit a few extra, practice reps into the net before I went out there. And that wasn't the case. And so, if you're paying attention closely to the game, I kind of run out there a little bit late after the rest of the unit is pretty much already set up. And, I wasn't really setting myself up for success in that situation, because I knew that at that point I was going to be, potentially dealing with the play clock winding down on me, and, kind of had to rush my steps to get back into my stance to get ready to kick that ball. And so that was a situation where, I feel like that was a rookie mistake, so to speak, just not really being aware of the situation, in the game. Because, if I had, just kind of used a little bit more common sense to know, okay, this is only going to be a 30-second timeout, you're only going to get one more rep into the net. And then, you need to go ahead and get out there. And it would have given me a little bit more time to make sure that I was going through my process at the pace I was comfortable.
Jim Aiello.
Hey, Rodrigo. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to let this go. How did you meet Ric Flair? And how did you end up at his 70th birthday party?
So he's a big Georgia fan. He lives in Georgia, in Duluth, I believe. And he's just a big Georgia fan. And, one of our, player development guys had told me that, that myself and Jake Fromm were a couple of his favorite players, and they invited us to his surprise birthday party. And so we went, and I was there to for the surprise when he walked in, and everybody was there. And that was actually the first time that I got to interact with him in person, but got to interact with him a couple more times after that. In games, on the sidelines in pregame warmup, I get to talk to him for a little bit before a couple games this past season. But yeah, that was how that relationship kind of started.
Were you a wrestling fan before you met Ric Flair?
I was a little bit of a fan. Definitely know about Ric Flair, definitely know about The Rock, and now Rock, The Rock has been doing a lot of other stuff, but yeah, I definitely kind of was drawn into that world a little bit because of The Rock and his past being a former football player, and then going into WWE, and then going into, everything that he's doing now, with his acting and all that other stuff. So yeah, I definitely was a little bit of a fan, but definitely, got a little bit more immersed in it after, going to his birthday party and seeing, a lot of those other big name guys of his time there. So that was really cool.
So The Rock's gonna be wearing your shirt sometime soon?
Oh, I don't know about that. We'll see. He's maybe another step to climb to get to him. That'd be awesome.